Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Reaching Riches here. So today we're going to go over the trades that RoundHill did for the week of September 30th to October 4th. Just a quick look at when their next declaration is going to be. So this estimate is for October 16th, which is next Wednesday. But history shows that they are going to declare early on the 15th after market close, so be on the lookout for that. So let's go into the trades here. Just a bit of context. This is the VXN, the VIX, and RVX. So VXN is for the Nasdaq. Let's just take a quick look at how the volatility is. So on the Nasdaq, it's for the 30th to the 4th, we can see that it is ticking higher and higher here. So it started off the week at about 20 and it ended at 21. So we should see some increased premiums, hopefully determining on how far out the money they sold their strikes. Here the VIX. So VIX here, so still ticking up just like the Nasdaq. And then this is the Russell. So here didn't tick up nearly as much as VIX and Nasdaq, but it did tick up a bit. All right, so now that we have that context, let's go and let's look at their long calls. Not really too much going on here. I didn't highlight any of these yet, but as we look here, the main changes, they added one more contract there. XDTE, they added 96 here, and RDTE went from 194 to 242. Wow, they are growing quick. All right, so let's go into the trades. So this is QDTE in their trades. So let's go ahead and reveal. So 222 contracts collecting $1.2 million. Wow, that is a big day. Why? Wait, I think the conditional formatting is all messed up here. All right, so I think that should have fixed it. All right, so they had a strike of 220 or 220 just to make it easy. Close above their strike at 260 or 20,060. Cost to close for that day was 903,000, but they collected 1.2, so that's still more than the cost of close. So net they are winning for 300,000, but they lost a strike, but cost of close was less than a premium collected. I know they don't net those against each other. They're still going to pay out this 1.2, but that's just interesting to see here. All right, so the next one here, 222 contracts again, collecting 800,000. So another big day. Their strike was 20,100, and it closed below the strike at 19,773. So full profit day. So good job. All right, Wednesday, 222 contracts again, collecting 451,000. And it's a win. So 19,880 was our strike, and it closed below our strike at 19,802. Sorry, forgot to go over these out of the money. So on Monday, their out of the money was 0.3 percent out the money. Tuesday was 0.27% out the money, and then here they went pretty far out at 0.78% out the money. So looks like they chose a further strike, which makes sense why they collected a lot less in premium here. All right, let's go ahead and reveal Thursday. So 222 contracts again, collected 593 in premium, and it's a win. So 19,870 with our strike, closed below our strike at 19,793, and this one was also pretty far out at 0.8% out the money. All right, and Friday. So 231 is the number of contracts, and then we collected what? Uh, 251,000, and it's a win. So we only had one loss this week. So 2190 was our strike, closed below our strike at 2035, and this was pretty far out the money too. 0.82% out the money. Um, so let's go and take a look at what we have here. So 4 wins, 1 loss, not bad. Um, we have a current outstanding shares of 10 million, almost 11 million. Um, we have a win percentage of almost 70%. We're 5 basis points away. So doing pretty well there. Let's go and take a look what our dividend is gonna be. So 10, 9, 50, 0, 0, 30 cents. All right, looks like we're going back to the average. That is what I like to see. So pretty decent dividend for next week's declaration. Let's go over to XDTE. So XDTE, let me just make sure the formatting is correct. All right, so XDTE here. Let's go ahead and start revealing. So 276 contracts, collected 226,000, and it's a loss. So 57.40 was our strike. It closed at 57.62. It was only 0.24% out the money, and it is a true loss. Cost of close was more than the premium collected, so we have a net loss of 394. So not too good there, but let's see if we can be like QDTE and have 4 more wins. So let's go ahead and reveal Tuesday. So Tuesday, 276 contracts, collected 157,000 in premium, and it's a win. So close below our strike. We're 0.13% out the money. That was pretty close. Oh jeez. Yeah, we were only really like what, $8 away from open. So jeez. Cut that one pretty close. All right, so Wednesday here, 276 contracts again, collected $93,000. That's like nothing. It's not that much money, but it's a win, so it doesn't really matter. So percent out the money was 0.47% out the money. Full profit day here, so that's good. Right, so let's do Thursday. 285 contracts, so going up a little bit. And we collected $110,000, not too bad. And it's another win, so full profit day. They went out 0.47% again. And then Friday, 290 contracts, and they collected 72,000. That's like nothing. Jeez, that's the lowest day here. But it's a full profit day, so we won that one, and they went even further out, so 0.65% out the money. So our win rate is 69.18%. Or sorry, yeah, 69.18%. So pushing up closer to that 70% range. Our average out of the money was 0.39%. So not too bad. We really played it close on just that Tuesday. We won, which is good. So, but the premium was pretty nice on these first 2 days. All right, so let's look at what we're gonna get paid. 3335,000. 19 cents. Let's hope they round it to 20 cents. So we could be looking at a 20-cent dividend on XDTE. I don't know if I went over the average on Q. So average on QDTE was 0.6% out the money. Looks like it's a trend to go a little bit further out Wednesday through Friday. At least that's what it was for Q and X. Let's see how they do on RDTE. Wait, paste this formatting. All right, so let's see how RDTE did here. So let's go ahead and reveal. So they had 145 contracts, collected 61,000 in premium, a strike of 22.25. Doesn't look good. They lost this one. I closed above the strike at 22.29. So cost to close was 72,000. This one was 0.39% out the money, so a net loss of $11,000. So not too good, but kind of in line with X and QDTE losing on Mondays. But let's hope that they win the next 4 days here. So 145 contracts on Tuesday, collected 39,000. And it's a win. So 22.30 was our strike. It closed below our strike at 21.97. This was 0.03 1% out the money. Full profit day there. So let's go Wednesday, 145 contracts again. This was 35,000 in premium, and it's a win. So 22.05 was our strike. It closed below our strike at 21.95. This looks like it's further out the money, just like the others. This was 0.72% out the money. So full profit day there. All right, so Thursday, more contracts on 173 contracts, collected 58,000. Strike of 21.95, and it closed below our strike at 21.80. So full profit day, and this one was 0.61% out the money. This one's probably going to be the same further out. So let's go and see. 194 contracts. Premium collected was 48,000, and it's a win. So 22.25 is our strike, and it closed below our strike at 22.12, which is 0.63% out the money. All right, so they all pretty much performed the same. 1 loss, 4 wins. This one, 78% win rate, almost 79, but they don't have that many trade days. They've only lost 4 days out of the however many they've been here for. So since September 10th, they've only lost 4 days, so not bad. All right, so their average out of the money was 0.53%. Let's go and see what we're gonna get paid. So average shares of 12.10. So we're looking at a 20-cent dividend. So that's what we could be looking forward to. I think the dividends are starting to, or the estimates and actuals are actually starting to get closer and closer. So hopefully we should see the dividends start to level out and the numbers start to actually make sense. All right, so let's look at the analysis here. Let's move this to yesterday. Let's just do that real quick on all of them. And then Q. So, all right. So, QDTE, we're looking at a 30-cent dividend, which would be 36.87% annualized yield. And they paid, let's see, they paid $8.92, or sorry, tripping, $8.92 total dividend so far. Average dividend is still sitting at that 30, so hopefully we do get this payment. We'd be sitting right at our average dividend. So nice to see the dividend come up a little bit. We've been stuck in this like 20-cent range for like 2 months now, so I'd like to see some dividends go up again. All right, so if we exclude this, what they've actually paid out so far, actual payout is $27,700,000. Gross premiums collected since not including this trade week is 26,600,000, almost 700,000. So still a difference of $1 million. So trying to get this to trend to zero. But we'll see what they actually pay out. All right, so XDTE here, let's do the same here. So we're looking at 19 cents. Hopefully they just round this to 20 cents, an annualized yield, almost 20 cents, 19.61%. Let's remove this one. All right, so total dividends paid on XDTE is $6.91. They have an average dividend of 24 cents. Total actual paid out so far is 5.695 million, and actual or total gross premiums collected is 5 million, so a difference of $600,000. All right. Like I said, I want this to trend towards zero, but we'll see if that actually happens. All right. So here, we'll actually need this still. So here, 20-cent dividend on RDTE. This one, I think eventually everything's gonna level out, but 10 cents here was the estimate. They paid 36. 13 cents here, they paid 38. 15 cents, they paid 24. 20 cents, I'm hoping they pay 20 cents or somewhere near 20 cents, so that the estimate and the actual start trending closer and closer together, and then we'd hit a point where they level out and the math actually maths. So hopefully that's the case, but we will see. RDTE has been a little crazy, and they're not going to disclose exactly how they make their estimate calculations or their declaration calculations. So it leaves a lot of room for interpretation, especially when they don't want to answer some questions, or some questions were actually dodged in some of the interviews. So just got to leave it up to us to try to figure it out. All right, so far they paid 98 cents. Average dividend is 33 cents. Not real much history. It's only 3 dividends. Actual paid out is 600,000, almost 700,000. What they've actually collected is almost 300,000. So their difference is 400,000. So that's not good. They're overpaying so far. That overpayment really has nowhere else to come from but from the NAV, so they're paying that out from the NAV. We really don't want to see overpayments, just because they've told us they're going to pay gross premiums, but so far the overpayments hasn't really affected the NAV too much on RDTE. Actually, it hasn't really at all. It's still above inception price, so still pretty happy with this one. I don't own a whole lot of shares. Really, only just own one share for tracking purposes. But I know a lot of people who do own it, and it's performed well since inception. So a lot of people are still happy with how it's doing. All right, so let's get into the comparisons. Oh, just one note on these. Right after this video, I am gonna make the member video, which will go and do the estimate for the week after. So like this video is for the 16th, so the member video will be for the 23rd, since I already have the data. So they'll get that a week ahead of time. So if you want to get those estimates, feel free to join the membership group, and you would get early estimates there. All right, so actually this is not set up right, sorry about that. Need to change this to inception. I know I've been told to use like further dates instead of inception, but I like using inception because that's inception just year to date for the funds. So that's what I'm gonna continue to use. And for this one, it's September 10 until today. Sorry about that, didn't have this set up. Alright, so this is QDTE versus Defiance versus Neos, YMAG, our underlying. This is Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. So let's see who is on top here. So since inception until today, YMAG is on top by 2%. Wow, my YMAG is gaining more and more. QDTE second place, doing pretty good at 13%. QQQ up 11%. So we are beating the index. And then we have Goldman Sachs, Neos, JP Morgan, and then bottom of the barrel is Defiance. That's just kind of how the trend's been. Defiance total return is just not that great. It is tempting to get into Defiance. I was in Defiance for a while. but that NAV erosion is a real thing. All right, so XDTE versus Neos versus JP Morgan, YMAG, SPY, Goldman, and Defiance. So YMAG up 15%. XDTE is trailing close at 14.54%. And then SPY, Goldman, Neos, uh, JP Morgan, and then bottom of the barrel again is WDTE. Wow. Okay. Kind of expected that. YMAG and RoundHill are usually top two. Sometimes they swap, but um, they're usually top two and then the underlying. So we are still beating the underlying, which is great. And then this is RDTE, Defiance, Neos, Pro Shares, and then our underlying. So let's see how we're doing. So since inception, there's only September 10th, so not a long track record here. But RDTE on top at 6%, then Pro Shares at 5.5%, then we have Neos, and then Defiance, and then IWM. So first time seeing IWM on the very bottom. But still near the bottom is Defiance, not doing that great. But yeah, RDTE doing great, so don't mind if they're paying out a NAV there. I mean, they shouldn't pay out a NAV, but I don't mind it since it's still performing pretty well. So great job, RoundHill. All right, so that's all I had for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about the 30-cent dividend on QDTE, 20-cent dividend on XDTE, and a 20-cent dividend on RDTE. I don't think they're actually going to pay 20. I think it's going to be higher. Hopefully it's around the 24 again. Wouldn't mind that if they are going to overpay. All right, that's all I had. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I'm out.